Early warning signs you're losing muscle. You might not notice it at first. One day, getting out of a low chair feels harder than usual. A few weeks later, you realize you're walking slower. Carrying groceries becomes just a bit more tiring. These subtle changes often go unnoticed or brushed off as just getting older. But what if they're actually early warning signs that your muscles are shrinking? Muscle loss, known medically as sarcopenia, doesn't happen overnight. It creeps in silently, often long before a person is diagnosed or even becomes aware something's wrong. The good news is, the earlier you spot the signs, the easier it is to take action and prevent further decline. So let's talk about how to recognize these early red flags and what you can do about them, starting today. Let's begin with the most common signs of early muscle loss, which are often ignored. 1. Slower walking speed. This is one of the clearest and most research-backed indicators. If it now takes you longer to cross the street or walk from your bedroom to the kitchen, your muscles may be weakening. 2. Difficulty standing from a seated position, especially if the chair is low or soft. This is a key test used in medical evaluations of lower body strength. 3. Climbing stairs becomes harder. If you find yourself reaching for railings more often or pausing midway, your leg and core strength could be declining. 4. Fatigue after small tasks. Washing dishes, carrying laundry, or even brushing your hair might leave you feeling more tired than they used to. 5. Noticeable muscle softness or reduced size. Look at your thighs, arms, and shoulders. A decrease in firmness or visible size, especially without weight loss, could mean you're losing muscle, not fat. Now, let's look at how doctors define and classify muscle loss, because not all muscle loss is the same. There are 3 levels typically used in clinical studies. Pre-sarcopenia, this is where you may still look normal, but are starting to lose muscle mass. Strength and function haven't dropped significantly yet. It's silent but dangerous if left unchecked. Sarcopenia, now, you have measurable loss in both muscle mass and function. This is when people start experiencing falls, poor balance, and noticeable physical decline. Severe sarcopenia, this includes major muscle loss, poor function, and a high risk of disability. It often leads to loss of independence. So, how can you test your muscle strength at home to know where you stand? Try these simple methods. They are used in many clinical settings and require no equipment. 1. The chair stand test. Sit in a firm chair with your arms crossed. Try to stand up and sit down 5 times in a row, as fast as you can without using your arms. If it takes more than 15 seconds, it may indicate weakness in your lower body. 2. Grip strength test, DIY version. Grip strength is a powerful predictor of total muscular health. Use a bathroom scale. Squeeze it with one hand as hard as you can. If you can't exceed 20-30 kilonewton pressure, or it feels weak compared to your other hand, it could signal early sarcopenia. 3. Walking speed test. Time yourself walking 4 meters, 13 feet. If it takes longer than 6 seconds, this may point to early muscle loss. 4. Balance test. Stand on one leg. Can you stay stable for at least 10 seconds without wobbling or needing support? Poor balance is closely linked to weak stabilizer muscles. If these tests seem difficult, don't panic. But don't ignore them either. These changes are not just part of getting older. They're signals from your body, telling you it's time to make changes. So when should you be concerned enough to speak with a doctor or a health professional? Here are 3 signs that should prompt a visit. You've had a fall or near fall recently, especially if it seemed to come out of nowhere. You're unintentionally losing weight, but your clothes feel looser around the arms or thighs. This can mean muscle, not fat, is being lost. You feel noticeably weaker week to week, not just on a single bad day. There are many reasons why muscle loss might be occurring. It could be nutritional, hormonal, inflammatory, or related to an undiagnosed condition. Only a full medical assessment can tell. Now, the most important part of this conversation is this. If you catch muscle loss early, it's reversible. Yes, you can rebuild muscle even in your 60s, 70s, and 80s. But early detection is the key. That's why this video is the second in our dedicated series on muscle preservation and recovery as we age. If you're noticing any of these signs, or are just curious about your muscle health, this series is for you. In the next video, we'll explore powerful foods that can help rebuild and protect your muscles, especially if you're over 50. These aren't exotic supplements or expensive powders, just real natural foods with surprising benefits. If you want to give your muscles what they truly need to heal and grow stronger, you don't want to miss it. Make sure to subscribe and stay tuned. Your recovery might just begin at your next meal. This video is for educational purposes only and does not substitute medical advice. Always consult a healthcare provider for personal guidance.